Alright, Kali 5 has been created, but let's first undo the things that we had to do to compare both our ISOs, the ArcoLinux of February and Kali 4, right? So we have made changes in here in the Kali 5. We cannot compare between ArcoLinux if we have Plasma installed. So Plasma is back in. I'm gonna save this. Kali 5 is including again the Plasma, and there's still one more to do, and that's this guy. You can't enable a service if you are if you do not install it. If you do not install SDDM and later on you say here please enable it, you get a big error and everything stops. So that's why the hashtag is there, but I need to get in there, and I can better probably do it like this, because there was a lock. Maybe you haven't seen it. There was a lock up there, and I want to unlock, of course. I want to say yay, put it on again. So Control S, this is root. We are being root here. So that's that. This should be exactly the same thing, but I'm gonna push it to the internet. So wait a moment, let's pause. All right, that's done. There was a small little thing that seemed to be still there. So let's quickly have a look. There was this one. Git ignore was there, which I added. So git ignore is now present there as well. So, okay. Calamares. The topic that people have been asking, Eric, when are you going to start with calamares? GitHub calamares. Otherwise you get these nice squid things, which is great as well. Calamares. That's where you need to be. So this thing is a super tool to actually install any of the Linux distributions out there in a graphical environment and select things and change languages, keyboards, and all that. It contains a lot of elements to make your distribution work for everybody. Now, it's a distribution independent installer framework. That's better. That's more professional. But basically, that's what it is. You need to have this as a bookmark, right? So calamares, that's a good one. And the second bookmark you should make is this one. Open link in new tab. That's the reading you need to do. So calamares, news, issues, about, archive, wiki. I'll let you read it all. At this point in time, we're working with this one, so it's interesting to take a look what's happening, and that's the second version, well, 18th version. And you can read along. You see there are quite a few pages, never went to 21. Development is underway. So, I mean, we have a huge growth. And if you see these old videos, the YouTube videos from years ago, you'll see that it's has evolved quite a bit, and this is 2017. So, okay, so you go and read. Basically, this is what interests us as developers. We want to know the last thing, or this one, or a few back, but not 15 years back. Well, not 3 years back. So issues, maybe that's interesting as well. We are moved to the calamares, so it's there. We are here on the issues. That's it. Let's compare. Same thing, right? So we switched website when clicking here, and about, you read this, what this is all about. This is necessary. Who develops it? A lot of people use it. These guys all use calamares. We are not alone. Everybody here uses calamares, right? So that's that. General information. I never went to archive. That's okay. All the blog posts you can read. Fine. Now we're off, right? We need to learn how to use calamares. I would suggest that we get everything in. So clone download, just get it in. So click here, and let's make a folder on our system, and I'm gonna make it on my home directory. I'm gonna call it git clone, of course, and then Ctrl-Shift-V. So it's calamares with small letters. Since everything is big letters, I really don't like it, so I'm gonna make calamares also big. So now I know whatever is in here is coming straight from the GitHub, right? It's the very last thing on the GitHub. Now the interesting part is, if you do it like this, in a month's time, next month, I will say to you guys, let's git pull it. Then you say git pull, which is going to get everything in from that has been changed since a month ago. So that's a great thing, knowing that git is there and you get just put it back in. That's one thing, because we need to read everything that's in here, right? There is no real tutorial or a script or a handbook or anything like it, so you need to read the code, basically. And it's interesting for me to reread it again, because when you want to solve solutions, you are looking for a particular thing, right? So you scan things, do not actually read things. That's normal, I guess. What else do we know? So we have the code. There are releases, that's important for you to know. So there are numbers, and with each number you have a reference. So this line you see here at the bottom, right? So that's the line you want to have. You want to have this star GZ, and that's the source. That's where you get this thing. And this thing is a frozen in time package. When they decided to say, okay, this is gonna be 3.2.18, then they make on GitHub a release, a number, and then, well, we have this. So this is frozen in time forever and ever and ever. So pointing to this package is more interesting than pointing to a Git, well, this, so the very, very last thing. You can actually have two, one for development and one for, the release number, right? So two package builds. So I'm already thinking about, we need to build the package. We need to build calamares, and to either use this as source or the Git. So just anything that was just pushed. That's Git. Okay, so for releases, so we can actually have a look what's in a release. Sure. So tar.gz, download it. Show in folder. Let's delete that one, don't want that one, and then we extract here. We can delete the tar.gz, but let's keep it there. So we have this, and we have calamares, right? So we have this folder, and we have the download folder. Now it comes. Super F5 comparison. I'm gonna take the, what should I took? I will take this one here, and I will put the other one. Where is calamares? There it is. Calamares here. Okay. So this is the GitHub version. This is the frozen in time 2.18. What have they been doing since last package build or last release? You can, I thought we can see that somewhere. 148 commits to master since this release. So the 148 changes in general. It might be a space or a point, but in general, a commit is something you put online. It can be a lot, it can be nothing, right? So 148 commits should be showing up here. Compare. So that's normal. That's a .github thing. That's not interesting, but they have changed this, that, and that. So these are the languages. Let's go over the structure. That's a good idea. CI, no, don't know what it is. Let's move to the wiki. Okay, develop code, licensing. Okay, that's licensing and all that. So the lang is language. So they've changed some language in R, which is maybe Armenian or something. I don't know. Maybe we can see the language somewhere. Arabic. Okay, that's Arabic. Fine. And so on. So we don't care about the language. We hope the language is correct. That's it. Then we have the source folder. Okay, source with the lib, the library, calamares, SUE. So user interface, source. That's all that. Changes, CMake list and all that. So back into source, branding closed, calamares, lib calamares, modules, and some things in here that are different. But those are the dot files, so I'm not worried about those. But the modules, there's some module, change the language, don't care very much about the language. Again, I just hope it's correct. So basically modules is nothing changed really. A language, and AS is a kind of language. Okay, language files. This is changed a bit. Auto RAM, memory first, and memory can't be negative, so it's reported as unsigned long. So they fixed something, so you can't say it's minus 100 megabyte or something. Okay, and that's how we can start to learn more and more and more. Something has been added, machine ID job has been added here, code has been changed. We don't get it, it's not important to get the code, but you'll see in a few years you get the code. Just keep reading, just keep using common sense, and it will work. At some point you say, oh, okay, well, I know what it does, that's why it's there, etc. But in the beginning it's all just Chinese, Japanese, or whatever Asian language for us. That's difficult for us to understand. All right, so this is how you could have a look at what has changed. What are those commits we have, the difference. Okay, so for me, I think we'll do a package build with a number. I think that's most important, and a development calamares could be one for Git, so you can try out and see what will be the new code coming on. Okay, how do we build calamares? How do we build calamares? We can use, or we should use, these guys. And individual requirements, resizer, partition, user slip. CWiki for up-to-date building and deployment instructions, building. And then we see that there are some explanations here. Calamares is a C++ program. It uses Qt or Qt libraries. It may use KDE frameworks libraries. And this is how we should actually build it. So let's do that, right? Let's see what trouble we get into when we try to build it. So he's saying I've moved it to the other screen. Let's move it here. Let's see what it happens if I do git clone blah blah blah. That's this one. So actually it's this one. This is a version of it, but it's the same thing. Make directory calamares build. Make directory, so he thinks it's gonna be built there. Okay, fine. So the only thing we have to do in here now is make their build. We get a directory. The directory is here. Then we cd, so we go in there. So I've gone in there and open terminal. Let's put you here and let's put you there. We need to do a CMake, and then a lot of strange code. build type is debug. Ooh, capital, not necessary. Let's see. Error. Does not appear to gain CMake list because, yeah, I forgot to do a CMake and then go up. One level up, one directory up. So something has changed, something was created. Let's look if we forgot something here, any errors or something like that. Okay. Does not appear to have CMake list. Let's see. Okay, slideshow. Okay, I've changed CMake. That's important. The CMake, the KPM core is important. And the question is, of course, sudo pacman -s. I need to get it anyway, so let's get it in. KPM core. There is indeed a version out, version 4.1, and it's not installed. Yes, please install. Let's see what happens now. Errors occurred. Let's see. And then we get some things, right? We have a boost problem here. Find boost Python 3 thing, and we had to build it up, right? Because we wondered, hey, how should I do this? But that's that. We don't see anything here. The variables we can use, that's for later. Click. One back. I have GCC for sure. CMake. Do I have CMake? Sudo pacman -s. Let's show you that we have GCC. Okay. Sudo pacman -s. What do we need as well? CMake. That's it. CMake. Do I have it? Yes, I have it. Don't need to install it. Qt. I don't need it actually, but I suppose it's going to be installed anyway. Qt5, I would say. A lot of stuff. Let's assume it's there. We're not going to install all the stuff. If we get an error, we'll install it. Sudo pacman -s. YAML. There is indeed a YAML, -cpp. Do I have it installed? I do. So that's fine too. We're getting to the boost. Python, is Python installed? Probably, right? For sure. Okay. And now we have the boost Python. So I guess that's not installed, -s. And then boost. Let's see, we have boost there. And we could, yep, it's not installed, so poof. 175 megabyte is in, and probably would stop by now, but I think we do need another boost as well. But let's just figure it out like we normally would. -s. We have here the extra CMake things that we need to have. Not installed. It's installed now. What do we need as well? The K-Core add-ons is already installed, no problem then. And Python Qt was optional and depreciated, and that's correct, we don't need it. So the question was this boosting. Are we now okay with boost? Let's try to build it again. I don't see any errors. Configuring done, generating done, build files have been written too. Okay. So basically we do not see any errors anymore. And we're just using the standard config, right? We still need to change a lot of things, but just going the way everybody probably starts out, which is the win for me, to see what happens if you do it like this. We have here found boost. Minimum required is that. Found component Python 3. found Python libs. Python Qt is not found, but we are not going to use you. So that's good. Don't think we have a mistake anywhere. So if you have done that, then you say back to building. What was the next step? If this was my last step, then I should just make this thing. Oh, I clicked on the link, sorry. So make. And if you get no errors here, then you're in the clear. But it often takes, well, first of all, it takes a long time to build. And often you get mistakes somewhere down the line, and then you have to figure out why. I guess we'll make a pause here. All right, you take a look at the clock. That's how long it took to actually build calamares. So it's a long while. I've been waiting for it to finish, but it finished. And that's of course important. That's the only thing that matters. No errors. Everything finishes. Now the thing is, we've built this, but we need to get this, of course, on our system. So we don't need this in this folder here. We need to have all the files on the file system, well, on the future file system. So a package build is needed anyway. So that's important that we take a look at that. But we have enough software. That's the thing we've done now. We know that the software we have on our computer will be able to build calamares. That's very important. All right, I think best thing to do now is stop this video here. We know our system can do it, and have a look at the package build. Can we find online people who've built a package, and can we learn from it? Can we copy paste it? What can we do? All right, that's the next video.